Welcome to my 21-day beginner flow yoga. In this video, we begin to evoke our true healing in our lives when we choose to commit to ourselves by just walking away from the darkness and into our light. The light of love, peace, joy that is seated deep within us. Welcome to day 5. Let's set our intention as we are beginning our heart openers. Take a couple of breaths in and right back out slowly. And now let's go ahead and take our arms over our heads, inhaling and exhaling, release. Repeat a few more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Placing now after your 5th one, you will place your right hand down on the floor and the left one up towards the sky. Fully extending. Each one you hold for about 5 count breaths in between. And you will repeat on the other side. Now we go into our spinal twist, Virabhadrasana. Hold for 5 counts. Make sure your spine is upright. Then switch the legs and repeat on the left. Coming into Paschimottanasana, which is our 4th hold, and we're seated. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, reach to the top of the toes. Make sure your spine is nice and straight as you extend the sternum forward. Legs are nice and strong. 5 breaths each hold. Coming now into reverse plank, Virabhadrasana. Hold for 5. Coming into our child pose, Utthita Balasana, because our arms are fully extended. 5 count hold here. And this is going to lead us into a nice transitioning into our puppy pose, where you can also modify with the forehead on the floor if it's too intense with the chin forward. Come forward into Cobra and hold. You can release the hands from the floor. You can also extend the arms forward. And then let's come into an upward facing dog, breathing in, hold. And slowly back into a down dog as we hold this another 5 count hold breath. Coming to all 4 extended. Right arm forward, left leg back, hold. Grab a hold of the ankle, lift. And we're going to transition into a modified version of Ardha Chandrasana, which is also our half moon pose. Repeat as we now come forward into a low lunge. Breathe in and then release. Place your hands on the floor and sink all the way back to the heels or to your heel, and really stretch and feel the extension of that leg. Coming back, step back, plank and press, upward facing dog, and slowly come into a downward facing dog. Once again, you're going to pike up the glutes up and towards the ceiling or towards the sky if you're outside. And come back to all 4s, repeating now on the left side that 4 leg extension. This time the right leg and the left arm is fully extended. Bring yourself forward into a forward fold. And then you're going to inhale all the way, arms up and towards the ceiling, back into prayer. Coming into 3 times Surya Namaskara A, which is our sun salutation. Inhaling, exhaling, fold. Inhale, raise the head. Exhale, walk or jump back, plank press. Inhale up and exhale into a downward facing dog, where you will hold for 5 nice deep breaths. Let's come forward, head up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale all the way up into prayer, and we're going to repeat again. Now that we've wrapped up with our sun salutation A, we're coming into Virabhadrasana 1, which is our warrior sequence of Warrior 1. And just really feel yourself powerfully in this pose as we now transition our hands behind our back, interlaced into what we'd like to also call Lounging Warrior. And just feel the stretch take place. Inhale and extend the arm far back as you now come into what we call Reverse Warrior. And now feel the stretch taking place in the torso. Hands back down, plank press. Inhale all the way into an up dog and exhale into a downward facing dog. Hold for 5 nice deep breaths in this position. As you now come back into prayer position, you step back again now, repeating the same pattern on the opposite leg. Coming into that Warrior 1 with your left leg in the front this time, and then transition slowly after your 5 count breath, Lounging Warrior. 5 breaths each pose, coming into Reverse Warrior. And at any time, if you feel like this video is way too fast, pause the video, take your time, observe the pose, feel the pose, and just flow. Now we're holding this pose in downward facing dog. 5 count breaths. Come forward, head up, inhaling, exhale down, inhale back, arms up in prayer position to the heart. Let's open up to the right as we now come into our triangle, also known as Utthita Balasana. And really stack the shoulders, opening up. And now let's come into reverse as we take the opposite hand back now to the ground and turn. Key here is to keep the hips very much parallel to the shoulders. Do what you can, and you may modify with your knee bend. Releasing, and now let's extend ourselves into a halfway parallel plank, forward fold. Arms are fully extended. And then come back up as you now transition to your left side into our triangle pose. And then transition into the reverse triangle. Slowly come down and arms all the way back up. Make sure your feet are parallel, and then fold forward. Utthita Balasana. This is the A version, but if you wish to extend your arms back, you can do so. And hold it here, breathing deeply. You can hold this one up to 8 count breath. It's about a minute hold. Let's come into preparation for our tree pose. So take your heel into the groin if you want to modify it, or go into half lotus, Virabhadrasana pose. Our right leg supports. And then we're going to transition ourselves into a modified Garudasana. For those that cannot come into the full eagle pose, this is the way you can do this as well, if your hands can reach the floor. If not, just hold in prayer. And you will repeat on the opposite side. Coming into our sun salutation, Surya Namaskara B. Coming now into Utthana, holding this in fierce pose for 3 count breaths. Slowly fold, head up, walk or jump back as you exhale down into upward facing dog. Breathe, exhale, take the right leg up and bring it forward. Warrior 1, inhaling and exhaling right back down into that plank press. Inhale up dog, exhale down dog. Repeat with the left leg, foot forward, warrior 1, and hands back into a plank press. Inhale up dog and into a down dog, spiking up the glutes towards the sky and grounding the heels firmly. Let's come forward, head up, exhale, fold. Inhale into that fierce pose where we hold for 3 counts. And release. Bring your hands in prayer position. And let's go in child pose. Hold for 5. Let's come forward and transition into that cobra pose. And now grab a hold of the ankles. Dhanurasana, which is our bow pose. We hold this pose, lifting those legs as high as we can. Release. Upward facing dog and back into that child pose to rest. Coming into a modified Utthana, which is our camel pose, reaching for the heel with the right arm extended to the sky, 4 count, hold, and then repeat on the other side, and right back down into our child pose where you hold for 5. Into our counter posture, Utthita Balasana is our extended child pose. Hold for 5 counts, and then let's bring ourselves into our modified pigeon and hold here for 5 breaths. And we're going to transition ourselves into a modified Garudasana, which is like our eagle pose but on our backs. And hold again for another 5 breaths. Bring yourself into a Padasana, pressing in for a 2-second hold, and repeat now with the left leg. Bringing those knees to your chest and off to the right side. Hold for 5. And make sure that the shoulders both are grounded deeply into the floor, and then slowly repeat on the other side and let those knees stack on top of each other. Feeling the full-fledged of effect on that spinal twist on the hips and also through the torso and shoulder. Let us get now slowly ready into Matsyasana, but we're modifying. This is a modified Uttana Padasana, which is our fish pose. And our toes are fully pointed. Nice strong legs, opening the heart. Hold for 5, up to 8 count breaths. Slowly release, and let's come into Savasana. Always take time to regroup and open your heart to learn new ways of thinking and doing things. Remember to channel clearly as you allow to be inspired by the things that move you. Our hearts and our minds work in harmony with our highest purpose. I thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.